Let's talk about confidence. Someone asked me recently, how do I improve my confidence? How do I become more confident in my life? And it's a really simple process. Basically, there are three things that you need to focus on. The first is learning not to do what I call hyper-focusing. Hyper-focusing is something that almost everybody does, where you are either doing something new or just living your daily life. We have a tendency to hyper-focus, which means we zoom in on that one point in life, be it a day or an hour or a minute or whatever, or even one single event, and we focus on that, and that's all that becomes important to us. And from an evolutionary standpoint, I talk about this all the time because it fascinates me. From an evolutionary standpoint, it makes perfect sense. If you are in the moment, you're going to survive longer because you have your attention on what is in front of you at that moment. But in the modern world, obviously, you don't need that. And hyper-focusing can actually be very detrimental to your success, to your life, even your health. So hyper-focusing is focusing on one specific point. And in order to resist hyper-focusing, you need to zoom out. This is something I talk about in a couple of blog posts. I'll put the links down below in the description. You need to zoom out from that point. You need to look at your life as a whole, or just life as a whole, maybe not even your life, because that could even be focusing too much. So when you hyper-focus on one moment, you think things like, why did I say that? Or how come I can't think of anything to say? Or why don't I have anything to contribute to a conversation? Or how come I can't sell this product? Or how come I can't live my life how I want because I'm too self-conscious? And when you're focused on that one point, that's all you can focus on, is this is all there is and I messed it up. And when you zoom out, you see your life. 80 years, let's say 80 years. How much is that one point going to matter? Almost not at all. In 1 week, you're not going to remember what you just said, or why you can't sell that product, or the person that yelled at you, or anything that makes you self-conscious and takes confidence away from you. So when you learn to zoom out, you realize that these things that you're stressing over, that you're worrying about, you're worrying about what people think about you, or if what you're saying is the right thing, or you're thinking the correct things, whatever it is that is indicative of you having low confidence. When you zoom out, you realize those things aren't important. You need to live your daily life zoomed out from that point. Don't focus on this one thing. Focus on your life as a whole. And that should make it easier for you, because I know a lack of confidence for me comes from specific points throughout the day or the week or the year even, where I am lacking confidence, where I wish I was better. And if you zoom out and look at those points, they're not even important. You need to focus on your life as a whole, where you're going, and not these specific points that stress you out and make you anxious and more self-conscious. So the second thing to remember is related to that. And this is zooming out even further than 80 years down the road or your entire life. Look at the fact that you're a human being. And I know that sounds stupid, probably, but actually think about it for a second. Humans are infinitely powerful. We're an incredible species as a whole, and there are very few differences from person to person. You may not think that's true, but it is. Almost everybody is capable of exactly the same things. It may require different amounts of practice or different amounts of specific personality traits, but basically everyone is capable of anything. And you fall into that category. You're a human being. You can do amazing things. And when you hyper-focus on the things in your daily life, you forget about that fact. But when you zoom out, again, don't hyper-focus. When you zoom out, you realize, I'm a human being. I'm just like everyone else, and everyone else is just like me. Everyone has the same exact thoughts that you have. There's a giant category that encompasses everybody, humans, and we're all the same. So first off, realize that we're not on different levels. We're all under this subcategory, and we're all equal. And then realize that you fall in that category, and you're capable of everything that everyone in that category is capable of. You can do unbelievable things, and you think in a very similar way to other people. and you act in a very similar way to other people, and you perceive in a very similar way to other people. And I think part of lacking confidence is not having the ability to realize that you're exactly the same as everyone else. You have exactly the same right to be where you are. You have exactly the same right to say what you want to say. You have exactly the same right to do whatever you want to do. You fall under this subcategory of human being, and humans are infinitely powerful. Look at the things that we've done. You can look around you. The fact that I'm filming this on a camera and you're watching it miles away, it's unbelievable. So don't discount yourself. Realize that you're a human, and as long as you put the effort in, you can do anything that anyone else can. You can gain confidence from that fact. Anything at all that anyone else can do, you can do too. So let that raise your confidence. And the third key thing to remember is that confidence comes progressively. You're not going to wake up tomorrow. Actually, there's a fourth thing that I'm going to go over after this. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and be ultra confident. Confidence comes like anything else in a specific progression of events. So what you need to do is, wherever you lack confidence, whether it's in the workplace or in school or in social relationships, whatever you need to do, wherever you lack confidence, you need to pick something that you're not comfortable with, something that you're not comfortable doing, that you wish you were comfortable doing. Maybe it's starting conversations with strangers. Maybe it's having the confidence to go after your dreams. Maybe it's having the confidence to work harder in work and be one of the employees that is excited to go to work rather than one who sits there and complains all day. Wherever it is you lack confidence, break it down and push yourself into the zone of discomfort, because it's just like exercise. In order to build muscle, you need to push your muscles beyond their limit of comfort, because in that comfort zone, they know exactly how much energy it takes and to lift that weight, and they're going to use it. They're capable of that. Once you push yourself out of the comfort zone, that's where your muscle growth comes. That's where growth in general comes. You can only grow outside of your comfort zone. Growth happens outside of where the point at which you're comfortable. So let's say social relationships is where you're lacking. If you are comfortable saying very little to a stranger, then next time you meet a stranger, say very little and then say just a little bit more. Start a conversation. Maybe starting conversations is your point of self-consciousness or lack of confidence. So all you have to do is push yourself slightly out of your comfort zone. It's going to feel uncomfortable because you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. But that's what you need, because right above your comfort zone is where you grow. So the next time you have a conversation, that's your comfort zone. That's your new comfort zone. And maybe it's only that high above where it was before. But now that it's that high, the next time, push it a little further. So you need to consistently push yourself out of your comfort zone. Whatever area you lack confidence in, just keep pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone and you'll grow. You'll gain confidence in whatever area it is. The fourth thing to realize is what I talk about all the time, and your subconscious mind is listening, the program that I designed to take full control of your life. You can use repetition and auto-suggestion to raise your confidence, basically to do anything you want, but in this video, to raise your confidence. So what you do is you wake up in the morning, you look yourself in the mirror, and you tell yourself that you are what you want to be. You are already what you want to be, or you have already what you want to have. You look yourself in the mirror and you say, I am a confident person. I'm consistently getting more confident. I belong where I am. I have amazing things to contribute to conversations. I have amazing things to contribute to the workplace. I have the confidence and the courage to go after my dreams and not be afraid of failure or setbacks. Look yourself in the mirror and say that every single morning. Second, keep a card in your pocket that says the exact same thing, and take it out 3 or 4 times a day and read it. Eventually, your subconscious mind is going to cling to those concepts and make them a reality. And it's that simple. When you suggest things to yourself on a daily basis, repetition, it's just like advertising. You know how those numbers and those advertisements and the jingles get stuck in your head? It's the same thing. Tell yourself you already are what you want to be, and your subconscious mind will internalize that. So I hope that was helpful. That's how you gain more confidence. Confidence is important in every aspect of life, in every area of life. In order to get better at something, you need to build your confidence. And most importantly, don't let lack of confidence stop you. Just keep pushing, just keep getting better.